Welcome to Brave Healer Productions. We are waking the world up to what's possible for healing, one brave word at a time. Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Breakthroughs. I am really excited today because we have Deanna Russo and she's going to up level our LinkedIn game, you guys. We're going to talk about what successful networking on LinkedIn even means. And if you haven't yet thought of LinkedIn as a big networking event, now's the best time to open up your mind to that concept, says Deanna. She is going to show us how the know, like, and trust thing works on LinkedIn. And let me just tell you a little bit about her. Deanna Russo started Leverage Up to pass on her knowledge of LinkedIn after growing her network independently from 400 to 29,000 and counting. Her goal is to help others achieve all the benefits that she learned on her own. She has a distinct LinkedIn strategy made up of 3 parts called her LinkedIn Triangle. And we're going to learn a lot today from Deanna. So Deanna, welcome. You have 20 minutes to give us a breakthrough, girl. Are you ready?
Thank you so much. I just need the ability to screen share.
All right, I will give it to you.
Yay.
One moment, please. Let me see if I can make that happen. All right, you should be good to go.
Awesome. Let me see here. Here it is. Okay, let's get started. Successful networking on LinkedIn. What does it mean? Building a sustainable strategy, because what's the point of a strategy if it's not sustainable? Based on the leverage up triangle. And this is something that I'm going to teach you. If you're not familiar with it, thank you for being here and I will teach you all about it. Nice to meet you. Laura gave a little bit of an intro, but let me just fill in the blanks. I was in a sales job back in 2018 at a small IT startup in Columbus, Ohio. And my bosses told me, use LinkedIn in order to bring in new business. So I thought, well, I already have a LinkedIn profile. I've had it for about 10 years. I've been treating it like an online resume. So let's just see what it's all about. So I dove right in, but they said, well, we want you to copy and paste this script into everyone's inbox, into direct messages, into emails. And I did it. I did it for a while. It's called cold call pitching, until I got a light bulb moment that basically said, these people don't know you. These people don't like you. These people don't trust you. And so why in God's green earth would they do business with you? And so what I did was I pivoted. Even before pivot was even a word, I pivoted into let's treat LinkedIn like a big networking event. There are 1 billion members in over 200 countries and territories. That's a lot of people. So it's a huge networking event. It's a gigantic networking event. But really, the one thing that is parallel to LinkedIn and a face-to-face networking event is we're all here to build relationships, professional and personal. We're not on LinkedIn to be sold to. We're not on LinkedIn to be automated. Getting to know strangers on LinkedIn is just as easy as showing up consistently. Strangers can get to know you if you show up consistently. Consistency is a big part of growing, and consistently creating content and meeting people on LinkedIn. Let me tell you, from 2018 to the present, it is a marathon. Nothing about LinkedIn is a sprint. There is no magic sauce. It's just something that you need to just change the way you're thinking about the platform. And so here's the LinkedIn triangle. Here's what I developed that helped me grow on the platform and help me develop relationships and help me, most importantly, bring inbound business on LinkedIn. So it starts with your profile, and then the next step is engagement, and then the next step is content. But the reason why it's a triangle is you can't have one piece without the other two. And it's got to be an equilateral triangle without going down the geometry route, because geometry was not one of my best subjects in high school. It's still got to be equal, and there's still got to be an equal piece to the puzzle. And so what's the point of an optimized LinkedIn profile if no one sees it? Engagement and content are why visibility is so important. And each piece of the triangle is really critical for success. So here's another way to look at it. Once you perfect your profile, and then you increase engagement, and then you cultivate content, you're not one and done. You're not all set once you finish each piece. There's really an overlap. And so you can constantly go back and change your profile. You can't just set it and forget it. You can tweak it along the way. You can have really good conversations in the comments along the way. And then you can increase and cultivate your content and cultivate that trust factor along the way. So there's really not like a set it and forget it type thing. So let's begin with the profile. That is really the foundation piece of what everything else is built on. This is my go-to metaphor for LinkedIn. It is a scene from iRobot with Will Smith. And throughout the movie, Will Smith is trying to figure out which robot is human, which one is Sunny. It's often hard for him to figure it out. Why? Because they all look the same. Think about LinkedIn the same way. There may or may not be a Sunny on LinkedIn, but there are a billion people on LinkedIn. Do you want to blend in with everybody else, or do you want to stand out? The first step in standing out is optimizing your profile. When I work with my clients, we go through each part of it, and I coach them on how to show up in each part. So let's go through the profile picture first. The ideal LinkedIn profile picture should be taken within the past year, but don't go crazy yet, because I have a caveat in there. Professional head and shoulder shot, or a professional looking picture taken by someone other than you. If it is a year or two old, that is okay. It should not be older than 3 years. And if you find your profile picture is older than 5 years, I highly recommend and encourage you to consider changing that profile picture. Your family, they're all awesome people. Your significant other, I'm sure he or she is awesome too. I am sure that you are really good at taking a selfie. And AI is pretty awesome right now and can make a picture that looks identical to you. But I don't recommend any of the above for your LinkedIn profile picture. So leave it as you yourself and you. And make sure that when you're taking that profile picture that we see your face. Because when you walk into that networking event, rather, I'm going to say walk into a profile. When you walk into that networking event, people need to see your smile. And so if you're giving us a head to toe image for your profile picture, we can't really see your smile. So head and shoulders works the best. Now, do you have your job title and your LinkedIn headline? Probably, but my expertise advice here, as Laura likes to call me the expert, I really kind of roll my eyes at the expert, but I will tell you that LinkedIn gives you 220 characters to use for your headline. You don't have to use every single one. I've seen people write really awesome, short, sweet, to the point headlines, but it should be a phrase or a series of phrases that makes you stand out from everybody else that you do. Everybody else out there, it should make you stand out, because otherwise we're going back to that scene from iRobot and you are looking identical to everybody else who does what you do. And so you want to stand out from everyone else. Describe you and how you work in an eye-catching way. While you have 220 characters to use, the first 45 are ultra important. And let me tell you why. they follow you. And what I mean by that is when you post, when you comment, how you start your headline is critical, because those first 45 characters travel with you regardless of what you're doing on LinkedIn. And so while you may be an awesome mom, while you may be a wine lover, something like that that you want to throw in your personality, I don't recommend putting that at the beginning, because your ultimate goal for being on LinkedIn is what? Hopefully to grow your business, hopefully to get your book sold. It is really, think about the most important priority. And so you can put wine lover in your headline if you want to, but don't lead with it. Start your about with Maui from Moana. No, I'm just kidding. Start your about section with a really good hook. Think of yourself as a fisherman. You need to put the best bait on the end of that hook in order to catch them and reel them in. How you start your about section is very important, just like how you start your headline. Your first 2 to 3 sentences or lines of text that you're using at the start of your about section, those have to relate with the person that you want to reach. They have to see that you can help fix their problem. Otherwise, I get a whole bunch of I, me, my. I cannot tell you how many times I've read an about section on LinkedIn that starts with the word experience. I have 20 years of experience. That's fine. That's fine. You can mention that further down. But we as people need to relate with you. We need to see, oh my God, Laura can fix my problem. Laura can get my book sold. That's what it's all about. So think about yourself in that other person's seat. How can you fix that problem? And then you can go into your story and your differentiator. Because if you don't give us some information in your about section that tells you what it makes you so different than everybody else, then we're going to go back to that iRobot scene, and you are going to blend in with everybody else who does what you do. So tell us what value you bring and what you offer. Do not forget to go out with a bang. And what I mean by that is give us a way to get in touch with you, because we're not going to look. We're not going to go searching. So give us the best contact information. Now, your optimized LinkedIn profile is your online billboard. The whole goal of that billboard is to get people's attention. But what's the point of a really good billboard if it doesn't have cars driving by it? It's essentially this billboard along a desolate highway that nobody sees. So the next part of the triangle is engagement. Not only does LinkedIn show your comments to the people whose content that you comment on, it also shows your comments to people you are not connected to. Really awesome thing about LinkedIn. It shows them to the second and third degree connections. So engagement helps boost your visibility and builds those relationships. I say that the profile builds your know factor. The engagement builds that like factor, and the trust is built in the content. Know, like, trust, profile, engagement, and content. So commenting allows you to open those potential doors and grow that like factor as part of the know, like, and trust. Now, the difference between commenting on LinkedIn and strategic commenting on LinkedIn is I teach the strategic one so that people don't have to guess, that the right people will see your comment. When I'm working with my clients, we teach how to go to the conversations where you know, oh my God, those are my people. I need to pay attention. They need to pay attention to me, and I need to get in that circle. So that is going to the conversations that you know you want to be part of. So the best part of commenting is that people allow, you're opening the door. You're allowing people to see you. And reacting on posts on LinkedIn is just kind of giving the thumbs up, or maybe the clap, or maybe the love, but they can't get to like you if you aren't commenting and opening up that potential door. And so commenting is very important for people to understand, oh my God, I need to get to know that person a little bit better because I really like what she said. That's what it's all about. And then when you comment, we go back to those second and third degree connections. Lots of people see you. So let's go into the third piece of the triangle now, your content. This is your opportunity to use your megaphone. Showcase your voice, showcase your brand, showcase your knowledge, and showcase your wisdom. Because you are, in essence, showcasing your value to 1 billion people on LinkedIn. Your content is your megaphone because it is your voice, it is your words, it is your value, it is you showing off what you have to offer, written by you. So ask yourself, what should I post? That is a really big question that I get asked a lot. So then I turn it around and ask you questions. Who do I want to start conversations with? Who am I trying to attract? What are the conversations I'm having offline? Do you know what? I write notes every single time that I'm on a phone call with someone or I'm on a Zoom call with someone, because you never know what that person is going to say or what I end up saying that ends up being inspiration for a LinkedIn post. Have you ever gone blueberry picking and found yourself writing a LinkedIn post about it? Yeah, I did it this weekend. You just get these, you just never know when you're going to get the light bulb moments. So, what are the conversations I'm having offline? How can I incorporate those conversations into my network on LinkedIn? So, take us behind the scenes and tell us the stories. Storytelling is so big on LinkedIn. People are on the platform to learn. They really want to learn. They're opening up their brains to like soak in all the knowledge, to grow and to build those relationships. You'll make that much easier if your content relates to who you're trying to attract. And so, how do I post? I get that question a lot too. You do you. If I tell you you have to do this in this exact post every single day for 7 days of the week, you're going to be like, nah, I want to do me. So I always say you do you, but mix it up every now and then too. I did an image post yesterday. I did a poll this morning. I did a newsletter last week. So you're mixing up the type of content that you're showcasing, and variety is really the spice of life, because if you keep showing up the exact same way every single time, people start to get bored. And so if you want more people to comment on your posts, you know what? Ask us a question. You'll be really surprised at what a question can do to bring out that engagement, because people will then answer. Some people answer, some people just write a comment that they want to. And when you talk with your audience instead of to them, you're more likely to resonate and relate. Yes, it's your megaphone, but when you get down and you shake hands with them, you're not talking from the top of the podium. You're having a conversation with your content. And so let's go back. Here's the triangle strategy: profile, engagement, and content. And then the whole goal is to leverage up, is to take your LinkedIn game to a whole new level. And here's a little bit of information on how to get in touch with me. And there you go. There you go, Laura. I didn't time myself, so hopefully I did it.
Oh my goodness. Cool. So let's leave that up for just another minute. You guys can email Deanna at leverageupllc.com, her website, leverageupllc.com. For all of you guys who are watching this replay, Deanna is ready to share her knowledge with you. Cool. All right, let's pop that share off, Deanna. And I'm going to join you back here again. Thank you for what you do with LinkedIn and for being here today to share it with us. I have written a lot of notes, you guys. Those first 45 characters are traveling with you. Did y'all write that nugget down? A thumbs up isn't a comment. And I hope you guys are making little stars and highlights on some of these nuggets. Talk with your audience and not to your audience like you would in an actual networking event, right? All right, Deanna, any final words for our viewers today?
I'm open for questions, any of the above.
All right, cool. All right, we're going to save some Q&A for our participants on Zoom today. So if you guys are watching this Monday Morning Breakthroughs through YouTube, please check the show notes. First of all, Deanna's there with her websites and all the things, and you can go explore. I hope that you do that. But also we've got our links if you want to join the next Monday Morning Breakthroughs. So until then, remember, you guys, we're here to help you share those words in a bigger way. It's time to be brave with your words. They are going to probably change someone's life, and we're here to help you do that. So until next time, see you soon.